Good morning, everyone. So, today we'll start with another poem, that is Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. So, Goodbye Party for Miss Pushpa T.S. is a satirical poem, okay, written in the form of satire by Nizam Ezekiel on the way English is spoken by many people in India. Okay, this poem gives a view, or you can say presents the way English is spoken in our country by many people. Okay, so this poem is in the form of this poem is written in the form of monologue. Now, what is a monologue, children? Monologue is a long speech delivered by one person. Okay, since it's written in the form of monologue, in the form of speech, okay, it's a farewell speech given for a lady who is leaving to work overseas. Overseas means to foreign land. She is going, she is leaving a country, she is leaving her country and going to foreign for her work, due to her work. Okay, now let's start with the poem. Friends, our dear sister is departing for foreign in 2-3 days, and we are meeting today to wish her bon voyage. So here the narrator begins. Okay, narrator begins with the lines that friends, our dear sister is departing. He is saying, the narrator is saying that the narrator begins by announcing that their dear friend, whose name is Miss Pushpa, okay, she is about to leave the country, and she is about to leave the country and she is going to a foreign land, okay, to improve her prospect, and so everybody has gathered there to bid her goodbye. You are all knowing friends. You are all knowing friends what sweetness is in Miss Pushpa. I don't mean only external sweetness but internal sweetness. Miss Pushpa is smiling and smiling, even for no reason but simply because she is feeling. So here he says, okay, here the narrator says that he just says about Pushpa, and he starts praising her. Okay, he starts praising by saying that she is beautiful not only due to her charm, not only because of her charm, but also because of her honesty, her nature, her hard work. Okay, and she keeps on smiling each time, and this quality of her makes her a beautiful person. Okay, now come to the next stanza. Miss, Miss Pushpa is coming from very high family. Her father was renowned advocate in Balsar or Surat. I am not remembering now which place. So here the narrator is saying that the narrator tells that Miss Pushpa, she comes from a renowned family, that is, it comes from high family, that is reputed family. Okay, her father was renowned advocate. Renowned means famous, Prasidh. Okay, or advocate, you all know, Vakil. So her father is a famous advocate uh, in Balsar or Surat. So here this shows that the narrator does not remember the exact place, okay, and guesses that it could be Balsar or Surat. Now come to the next stanza. Surat. Ah, yes. Once only I stayed in Surat with family and family members of my uncle's very old friend. His wife was cooking nicely. So here the narrator starts talking about himself. Okay, after praising Pushpa, he just starts talking about himself. number of times it happens that when we are speaking of somebody, and then suddenly we just leave that person and we start talking about ourselves. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना कि हम दूसरों के बारे में बात करते करते फिर हम अपनी बात करने लगते हैं, स्टार्ट करने लगते हैं अपनी बात करना. ओके, so same happened with the narrator. Okay, after praising Pushpa, he just starts talking about himself. According to him, what does he say? According to him, once he stayed in Surat with his uncle's friend's family. अंकल की फ्रेंड की फैमिली के साथ वो वहाँ पे रुके थे. एंड ही सेज दैट देयर ही इंजॉयड वेरी डिलिशियस फूड एज his uncle's friend wife used to cook very nicely. Okay, so let's come to the next stanza of the poem. That was long time ago. So coming back to Miss Pushpa, she is most popular lady with men also and ladies also. So here in this stanza, having talked about himself, the narrator gets reminded that he is in farewell party of Miss Pushpa, and rather than talking about himself, he should discuss about Pushpa, as this party is all about this party is for Miss Pushpa, bidding her farewell. So he just returns back to Miss Pushpa's praise. According to him, she is quite popular, okay, among everyone, that is men as well as ladies also. Whenever I asked her to do anything, she was saying, just now only I will do it. This is showing good spirit. I am also appreciating the good spirit. Here why the narrator likes, why everybody likes Pushpa? Everybody likes Pushpa because according to them, according to the narrator, she is she has a very good spirit, as she does everything whenever asked to, and she never says no. That is, she never refuses anybody for any work. Therefore, she is liked by everybody. Now come to the last stanza of the poem. Pushpa Miss is never saying no. Whatever I or anybody is asking, she is always saying yes. And today she is going to improve her prospect, and we are wishing her bon voyage. Now I ask other speakers to speak, and afterwards Miss Pushpa will do summing up. So here now the narrator is saying that now she is leaving, okay, and now after giving his speech, now he asks other people also to bid her goodbye. Now in the end he asks others to praise her, and finally Miss Pushpa, after everybody has praised her, now after that Miss Pushpa will sum up the event. Okay, now here you can see bon voyage. So what is the meaning of bon voyage? Bon voyage is a word used to express good wishes to someone when somebody is going somewhere. Understood? Good wishes wish करने के लिए हम bon voyage बोलते हैं. Clear? Now you can see that this poem, as you have seen many at many places, for example, we are meeting today. Okay, what kind of tense is it? Present continuous tense. Okay, so this shows that we use this incorrect English while speaking. Okay, so what form of tense has been used in the poem, children? What tenses have been used in the poem? So past and present tenses have been used in the poem, and this can you see, have they used have so have they been used correctly? No, I don't think they have been used correctly. So why have they been used like this? They have been used to emphasize the fact that many people in India speak English incorrectly, okay, without knowing the proper tense, where to use which type of tense. So therefore this poem, okay, it is a satirical poem. It is a satire about the people who speak English incorrectly. Understood? So this was all about the poem, and learn the meanings and learn the word meanings and write it in your notebook. Understood? Understood, children? So that's all for today. Thank you.